Welcome, students. I am just back from the school. I was in the parking lot passing out stuff to you guys, and almost every one of you came, and I appreciate that. And so now it's time for me to finish the lessons for you guys to do today, and one of them is this writing lesson, the Monday of the last week of October, this 26th day. And we are cruising through the alphabet, the capital letters, N-O-P-Q-R-S. You're going to do the same thing again. Let me talk you through it again. So that would be starting with the letter N, and nice straight line to start, just like a number one. Then you pick up your pencil, and then you make an angled line from the top to bottom, and then another top to bottom motion. That would be the letter N. Each one of those three lines requires a separate stroke. That's 1, 2, 3 strokes, and they are all from top to bottom. Letter O, nothing new here, just like a giant letter C. That closes. P, quite easy. Make another number 1, just top to bottom. And then you put the big belly, except that's more like a head because it's on the top. And make sure it lines up right there on this dotted line right here. Q is going to be just like a letter O, just like we did, but it has this little kickstand here so it doesn't fall over. So that's the Q. Then we have R, another top to bottom line, and then another head facing that direction. So now it looks exactly like a letter P, except this has a leg that comes down to the bottom. And one more, that letter S, that curly letter that needs an arc, then curves back in on itself when you get to the middle line, then curves again when you get to the bottom. So go ahead and write those capital letters 2 times, just like I have it here. N-O-P-Q-R-S, N-O-P-Q-R-S. Now I'll show you some of the words that we went over today. This first one is gravel. 3 G-R words. Gravel, and gravel is little bits of rocks that's put down on the roadways. Gravel road, small rocks. And then we have, you might know better, gravel, people put it in their yards, maybe in their garden. People will put colored gravel or different gravel to just lay down on the ground so it looks nice. Or, like I said, on roads, there are gravel roads where they just pour gravel on the road because, well, the gravel stands up better with cars driving over it, much better than just driving on the dirt. So there's another word with GR, and that is grouchy. Grouchy. Sometimes we wake up feeling grouchy, hopefully not. Some of us have bad days, and sometimes we're grouchy. And, it's not very pleasant to be around a grouchy person who's maybe complaining and is in a bad mood. We all suffer from it sometimes, but you should know that word, grouchy. And then another adjective here, we have greasy. Greasy, and grease is something that is based with oil. So butter is greasy. Or if you have a hamburger and you cook the hamburger, the grease drips down. And yes, you have to clean grease with soap. Water will not clean up grease. Water by itself. Hot water might get it off, but soap is your best bet. All 3 of those words start with GR. Gravel, grouchy, and greasy. Finally, we get to some words related to the digestive system that you didn't get a chance to write earlier. The first one is saliva. Saliva, and the common word we use is spit. But the more proper scientific word is saliva, and that allows you to wet your food. When you chew up your food into small pieces, the saliva gets it wet and makes it soft and much easier to swallow. And swallow is the next word. Notice the LL. And it ends with OW, just like that word we did last week, glow. This one's swallow. So the ending sound is the same. So you always swallow your food and chew it up into small pieces before you swallow it. Then we have this long word here that I do not expect you to be able to spell, but you should be recognizing it when you hear it, and that's esophagus. esophagus. And this is like a tunnel that goes from your mouth down to your stomach. It's a tube. You eat your food, then you swallow it. It goes down the esophagus, and there's muscles along the esophagus that push the food down into your stomach. So your esophagus, a very important part of your digestive system. And those are your words for today. Take a look at the big picture. Practice those capital letters. Practice the GR words, gravel, grouchy, and greasy. And then write the words saliva, swallow, and esophagus. And thank you for doing your classwork.